Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
What up? I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. You'll notice there's a certain change to my diction, and that is because I have finally been accepted to the higher ranks of the Venthyr of Revendreth.
This bitch is already out here fucking role-playing. He didn't pick his covenant yet.
For the record, I am also over here role-playing. I am scowling at him while denoting what he has spoken so far on the podcast.
I can't help if poors from the other covenants are jealous of the lavish anima-filled lifestyle that I get to lead.
I don't like this. I don't like this new scary Aaron. Where's old regular Aaron at? Good old regular Aaron.
Hey, it's me, old regular Aaron. I crawled my way through that hot vampire man's chest. I'm here to stay.
Oh, well, I'm convinced. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah, you're probably perfectly normal and not some weird sadist. Wait, sadists are ones who like to do pain, right?
Yes.
Y'all are gonna join a bunch of fucking sadists down in Revendreth, the pain punisher people.
I'm just gonna say it felt like a hit piece with some of the evil eyes and the spooky thin men wringing their hands. I'm sure they're good, upstanding folks.
You know, after seeing the cinematic, I'm like, does a holy priest really belong there? Probably not, but I'm still all about it.
I hate to point out spoilers, but a man saw like a beam of light and it killed him. So maybe the light isn't welcome over there.
But we'll get to that in a second. I mean, because Slide and I were talking about that particular scene before the podcast as well.
It is, okay, fuck everything else. We gotta talk about this fucking animatic. The Revendreth one came out. It was good. I would say, I don't know. This one's probably is it my second favorite? Third favorite? I think it's fighting for that second place spot. I don't know if it's got it though. But I loved how like campy this fucking man felt. What is his name? His
Oh, you mean Sire Denathrius?
Yeah, Big Daddy Denathrius. There we go. That's what it is.
Yeah, it really helped that it was the only one that was like in his voice, because in the video he's taking down a note to the rest of Revendreth. So it helped to have the juxtaposition of the visuals versus like what he was describing it as. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, because as the leader of Revendreth and like basically all of the Venthyr, I suppose, the leader of the Covenant, he is sending out this notice, and it is very obviously high-level sugar-coated because it's not true to what's happening.
Yeah, this bitch is out here fucking lying like a politician. This man's out here fooling everybody, except he's doing it in a much like cool and classy way. Like, this man is, a little sexy for me.
Ooh, oh! Well,
Also
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
No spoilers.
Like, well, I guess the animatic technically opens with everyone's fucking favorite bald bitch getting tortured to shreds. Mr. Garrosh Hellscream out here getting fucking beamed for his anima.
I saw a post on Twitter or somewhere that said, so is this why he's called Hellscream then?
But yes, he is getting mad tortured, as apparently the entire Revendrethian society is based around just beating up and burning and hurting and just painifying evil people. I didn't know before this that it was just evil people. So is this the closest we get to hell?
Well, I think the maw is hell.
Yeah, so this is technically purgatory, I guess. It's where you go to, like, in the middle place where you atone for your sins.
Because Denathrius also says that when they punish the people, it's for some sort of redemption, so they don't go to the maw. So maybe it is like a mid ground, and it's like, we've beaten you up for so long, and you're still evil. To the maw with you.
Yeah, this is basically like your last chance at like not being sent to the mall. It's like, well, we can torture you for a while, and then if you're good, we'll let you go and you can do what you want. At that point, I think you can you can join Revendreth, or I think you can just like leave and go join like a better covenant. If you're, I mean, not better, but like, why would you want to join the one that fucking tortured you?
Yeah. Why would you want to turn around when the last 100 years you were having your flesh burnt off every day?
Also, it kind of showed that I think the torture process drained the person who was being tortured of some of their anima, which is their life force, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it must be more, or I guess it is their life force, but it seems like Garrosh is almost like an unending battery of anima, so I guess it's just like his ego and his pride are just constantly excreting.
I saw it as like his will to live, air quotes. Like he's so angry that he'll just keep living just to continue existing.
Yeah, or he won't ever repent because he doesn't think he did anything wrong or whatever.
Which I'm sure his fucking fan base loves. It's like Trumpers. It's like, Garrosh did nothing wrong. It's like, oh, really? Then why the fuck is he literally in purgatory being tried for the things he did wrong? That's what this fucking area is.
We have a visual representation of him being in the he did something wrong zone.
Yeah, not only was he tried in life on Azeroth in all of our favorite book, but he is also being tried in purgatory and tortured for the things that he did wrong.
He literally has 2 cases of by-the-book trials for doing things wrong, and he's failed both. He's definitely done something wrong, people. Open your eyes, please.
So
yeah, those screams.
Yeah, they're like echoing through the halls of... I don't know exactly where he is, but...
The halls of Nethria. Blah, 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 blah.
That one,
yes.
Yeah. So this is the second cinematic now that I believe implies that, like, the Venthyr Covenant is also experiencing a drought of anima.
Yeah, I think they probably all are, right? I mean, I guess the Kyrians didn't talk about it because they're too busy being like, we have order to preserve. You know what? The Kyrians probably are just ignoring it completely. Like, no, it's fine, everybody. Everything's going great.
Now, thinking specifically of the Venthyr, so for the Night Fae, their drought caused like fewer anima berries to sprout. It's not like, well, actually, never mind, because more people are being sent to the maw. So I guess they're just getting fewer sinners to punish. So that's why their energy is running out, because there's just fewer ashen white screaming trolls to nipple pinch.
Yeah, and that's what they also kind of said, that it seemed like there were less people being sent there, less anima being generated, so then their people were, I guess, quote, starving of anima. They kind of gave off some withered vibes.
Oh, yeah, I guess they were getting like that. You know, when they were draining that one troll that you basically just mentioned who got pasty white, Immune and I were both like, who is this guy? That like is he someone important? But then I saw the other 2 next to him, and it's just 3 baddies from BFA probably just got sent to hell. I guess no, it would be from BFA, right? Because after BFA, no souls went there. So these are just some boys. God, these are just boys who've been there for so long on that little fucking pedestal getting sucked dry. I wonder how I hope they get into detail on how the process works, because like I wonder, it's got to be possible for them to torture so poorly or so much that like they kill the person, right? Can they drain all of Garrosh's anima? Or I guess probably that troll more likely, right?
Yeah, or like so like you get a large amount of anima from killing them and reducing them to anima, but they're like, oh, that's not the most that we could have gotten from them. If we just take them to the 80% mark, but over a span of a month, then we can get more. So I'm sure you'll be able to just like blow them up and get a small amount of anima.
That's kind of how I took it too, that it has the potential maybe to like slowly regenerate. And maybe that's why they keep Garrosh there. His just regenerates quickly and they just suck more out.
Man, I bet you sex with a Venthyr fucking sucks. Because they're edging you all the fucking way. They're practicing for their anima withdrawal.
Wait, so do they, when they ejaculate, is it just anima?
No,
they
they
don't
never
ejaculate.
they never do because they're just edging you. They're just getting you so close, and then they're going to the next room.
Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go torture somebody else now. Goodbye.
Oh.
Oh. But anyways,
Man.
all this is silly, but it is established. We see one skinny man who's waiting in line for anima, because also there is a rationing going on where essentially the elites get anima and the poors, the lower caste, do not.
So it also kind of seemed like they were asking the lower tier citizens to donate anima.
Yeah, it was like it was like a tithe, like when they were in that line. Because when I first saw that the animatic, I thought that they were being dispersed anima, like they were giving it to them.
Yeah, I assumed there was like an anima spigot, and they were each getting like 2 drops.
But then on the second rewatch, it seemed like the people in line, they were in their little like cup chains. They were actually bringing anima, and the anima was going into the machine or whatever the heck it is. So they're literally asking for tithes, and then like that goes to the elite, because then it cut to the elite taking that same anima that was put in, and they're just slurping it, and it gave me Dark Crystal vibes of the Skeksis, like drinking like their fucking like their purple juice from like the fucking little poor eyeball people. And I was like, wow, like this is actually like I kind of love. But I mean, like the Dark Crystal that literally inspired WoW stuff, like the Arakoa and like their whole base and stuff. So I'm like, man, they still fucking love Dark Crystal, and I love that for them and for me, because like it felt like such an obvious reference to it. Like the elite just, oh, look at us, we have our stuff.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, during his entire dictation of this note to his people, Denathrius is just chugging this huge like wine glass filled of anima for himself.
Fucking Denathrius. I love how when he first appeared on screen, literally just like middle of his chest just exposed. Like, what's up, ladies? I'm here. Check out these pecs. Ugh.
So anyways,
There are many traps here in the capital, in my castle, but the biggest of which is this thirst trap.
So as Aaron was saying, the animatic shows that one of the poor people tries to sneak off and not give his tithe of anima and go give it to, I guess, his friends or family who are starving under the underpass.
Okay, can we talk about how horrible he fucking snuck out? Like, it wasn't even a sneak. He was literally it was like 8th in line. Like, everybody's gonna see this one man leave the middle of the line. It wasn't even sneaky at all about it.
Listen, he wasn't a rogue in his prior life, and he wasn't purposely respect to be a rogue here either, like some people.
Well, he should have fucking done better. Because he got fucking busted.
He got busted immediately. Yeah, he's like, oh, friends, here's my goblet. And then I know it's mostly because it's an animatic, so they only go in like stepped animation. But just a gargoyle guy poofs behind him, and he's like, you're going to need to come with me.
He was there in like 8 steps. He was like, come on, bitch, let's go.
And then it seemed almost as if they took him to like the edge of the Revendreth zone, like maybe you see like really bright bastion in the distance, and they just put him off the ledge, and then he's exposed to like the light, and then he starts burning.
So yeah,
melting.
That's what I was wondering. Was that building a different zone, and that light was foreign to them? Because yeah, he burns and dies. So I'm like, well, clearly the Venthyr are like, light is deadly to them, so it must be eternal night in this zone.
And then it also like made me wonder, like, I feel like we joked in the past and said like, oh, it's a vampire covenant. Are they actually vampires? Like, can they actually not be exposed to any light?
I feel like that I had that thought too, and it probably is like an actual source of like probably holy light, right? Because if the Venthyr if they just blow up in the sun, they can't do anything. like outside of the Shadowlands, and we've seen Draka and her Necrolords have left their part of the Shadowlands to go hang out with the Legion and rob them, which is a really weird way to use hang out, I guess. So it has to be a source of like holy light. And I was trying to think, do the Venthyr border the Kyrian zone? Because I remember that there's one zone specifically where the two are fighting. And it honestly might be the Necrolords and the Kyrian who are fighting for like turf. But it would be interesting if that actually was the Kyrian, like a Kyrian zone, and it's just so like holy that they can't stand it. We have a map being pulled up, folks. A map is being pulled up.
We have a visualization, everyone. We need to wonder no longer.
Okay, well, you know what? They seem to be pretty far apart on this BlizzCon map.
Well, just don't worry, everyone. Everything we've just spoken about for the past 5 minutes, not true.
Well, so they're all just kind of like floating separate, with Ouroboros being in the center and the Maw being like all encroaching off to the side. So I don't know exactly what that section that we saw was or what it means.
They may be just straight up vampires, folks. Bring your wooden stakes and your garlic and see how that works on them, too.
Yeah, go to your Pandaren farm and go make garlic knots with Tom Halfhill. They just toss them at Denathrius and, it's a one-shot.
Don't hurt my daddy Denathrius. His pecs are too much.
So I believe that's about all that was in this little animatic thing. But I do have a little information that is not provided in there that I found on Wowhead about the raid encounter of Sire Denathrius.
Ooh, do tell.
And it says, quote, "For countless ages, Sire Denathrius stood among the Eternal Ones who rule the realm of dreams. But in the Shadowlands' darkest hours, he has betrayed his sacred duty. With his bloodthirsty living blade Remornia at his side, and... Oh, wait, this is... Sorry, well, I'm going to rewind it here. My bad. I was reading the wrong thing. Okay. Take two. This lists Sire Denathrius. It says, he's the master of Revendreth, king of the Venthyr, first-blooded... Don't know what that means. Commander of the Stoneborn, also don't know what that means, and Fangs of the Shadowland. He is the leader of the Venthyr Covenant and ruler of Revendreth. It is revealed during Revendreth's storyline that Denathrius has aligned himself with the Jailer, sending the anima reserves of Revendreth straight into the Maw."
Wow, spoilers, I guess. I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah. It makes me really sad because I want to live this life of decadence, but it's not like which side is really like the bigger evil? He is the evil.
Which, like, I guess we knew he was evil because he's a raid boss.
Yeah, I knew he was bad. I just didn't know he legitimately was just siding with the Jailer. Where's the spoiler tag, Immune? I got spoiled. I would have left the room.
What do you have, though?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember where I heard this. I think I heard this on another podcast, but I can't remember which fucking podcast. That was basically saying that they have this theory that each zone is modeled after the person in charge of it. So, like, the person in charge of it came first, and then the zone was made in their likeness, rather than, like, them modeling themselves to the zone. Which, looking at each leader...
That is the case for him, because it's in his bio that he created the earth and the people in his image.
Oh, gee.
Well, maybe that's what first-blooded means.
He's literally Jesus, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, he gave his first blood to this zone, I guess.
Also, I think his title of Commander of the Stoneborn, I think that's like the Gargoyle-esque guy that was like, hey, come with me, chump. You trying to get your animal away? Basically, this is the Gargoyles from the TV show Gargoyles.
This is also why some people just straight up have, like, stone tombstones on their back as backpacks.
Also, that gargoyle is the reason why we should abolish the police. See, the cops are good for nothing, turning in citizens of Venthyr, or of Revendreth, for trying to do good deeds, and just straight up murdering them in the light.
just brandishing their battle axes at innocent folks.
Also, can we talk about the fucking look that Daddy Denathrius's scribe gave him when he saw him pour that big glass of anima?
Ooh, do you think do you think that scribe is going to help us in our quest line to take him down?
Yeah, that
I would
was the
love
straw
that.
that broke the camel's back. He's going to come to you like, I was so thirsty, and he didn't even give me a drink.
I saw him pour that huge glass of anima arc wine.
He could have split that big, nasty grape juice in twain. We could have shared it.
He's probably just tired of writing out these excessively long letters that Denathrius just like talks and talks and talks. Like, please make them shorter. I can't do this anymore.
So, Denathrius, please, let's cut this down. Instead of maybe using 20 adjectives, maybe just use 10.
You may be traveling through the tunnels between life and death, but I'm in the carpal tunnel.
Edit.
So, like, he gave me off, like, serious, like, Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibes, too.
Ooh, I didn't see that, but now I see it.
Mainly the way he talked.
And also his hair. His hair really sells that.
I'm sorry, everyone. There's no way to naturally work it in. Just Pegasus was said, so I just have to say, fight my tunes in Toontown. Okay, we can continue with the conversation now.
Fight my tombs in Toontown.
Oh!
Toontown's a zone now. You've heard it here, folks. It's me, Toontown.
Well, there you have it. That has pushed me officially over the ledge. I am officially going to announce that I will be playing Venthyr with Aaron. I just have to make myself...
clap.
I have to, like, make my way into Toontown, Yugi boy.
Honestly, though, this music, like, so Revendreth and the Venthyr, I honestly has not been on my radar, period, of wanting to join, because I don't like their Covenant ability, and I don't know, I'm just like, everything's going to be dark and red and misty, and I already lived that life on a Demon Hunter, just green, dark, and misty, but, like, it'd be awesome hosting these party events that they have going on in there. If this is the music that plays, man, I don't know. I'm going to have to reconsider everything that I fucking know about these Covenants.
I'm not gonna lie, one of my main draws to this region is just that it's straight up in a gothic, like, castle architecture. It just is really neat.
Did you guys hear about when they were designing, like, the raid? They basically were just like, yes, make this castle Dracula, but make it WoW Dracula. Which, fucking accomplished. Like, you fucking did it, boys and girls. Good job.
God damn it. It was even a death thing, and I didn't say Toon Summon Skull.
Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you still can.
We're still on the subject.
Before we go into this.
No, it's okay. I got it out of my system. I was like, wait a minute. Skeletons, death, summon skull.
So do you guys have anything else to say about Toon Summon Skull and our boy Daddy Denathrius?
But actually, no. That was we covered everything.
So I guess now that we have exited Toontown, I feel like it's time for us to read one of our fan mails that we received.
Okay.
So we received another letter from our boy Vanderlyle.
Hello.
And he said, shout out to my fellow Druid Wildseed. As a Resto Druid, I'll be in the Grove with Mr. Tumnus and the rest of the Night Fae. Good luck wherever you, Immune and Aaron, land on your covenants. And then he also says that he wants to bring back up the topic from a few shows ago about whether or not Sylvanas and Nathanos can have sex. Because of they have their new undead bodies, he thinks that it's possible that they can. He said, and then he included a passage that he copied from the Dark Mirror short story in which Sylvanas uses a Valkyr ritual to enhance Nathanos' body. So, like, if I remember correctly, this is the one where she straight up was like, I'm going to take his hot cousin's bod and enhance Nathanos.
She peels his cousin like a grape and just puts his cousin body on him, which I'm sure gives him a bunch of great self-esteem issues. It's like, Nathanos, you're looking so good. And he was like, this is Jonatharius's body.
You're looking better than you've ever looked. Oh, really?
So anyway, so then he includes this dialogue here, and it starts off with Nathano saying, "Our queen is wise. This body better allows me to serve her." Okay, gross. And then Anya, who he's speaking with, chuckles, a sound that raised the hackles on his neck. And then he says, "You disagree?" At least his temper hadn't been altered by the Valkyr. "It's not that," she shrugged. "What then?" he said. He all but shouted the words, for the Dark Ranger seemed far too pleased with herself for his liking. She sighed. "Yes, the queen now has a mightier champion, but that wasn't what she most desired." And then says he stopped walking and faced her. Nathanos' eyes narrowed, infuriated by her evasiveness. "Say what you mean." The corners of her lips rose in a brazen curl. "Sylvanas defied a kingdom to name you Ranger Lord. She scoured the plague glands to reclaim you from the scourge. And today she drew upon her most precious resources to restore your strength. Think upon these things, Blake Caller, and tell me how someone so cunning can be blind to the simplest of truths." So this is like sort of just implying that, yeah, she used all of this just because she cared about him, and along with the fact that she straight up called him her love at the end of the Horde campaign in BFA.
So
implies that like she can, quote, use his body to better serve her. Like, I kind of agree with this, and I feel like the first time that we spoke about this, we were kind of thinking about this scenario as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Reading this, I'm just imagining a pregnant Sylvanas, and I do not like that I'm imagining deviant art in my head right now, and I wish it would stop.
It's our curse now.
Basically, the ball is in your court, Gurman, the person who responded to us from Airy Peak, saying that they can't have sex because of this Death Hunter quest. So, I don't know, I guess currently Vanderlyle's winning the Sylvanas can have sex thing, so if you have a rebuttal, you gotta fire it off.
And if you do have a rebuttal, I would please ask you to pull out your fanciest words. Vanderlyle absolutely slayed me when he made sure to mention she, Sylvanas, gave Nathanos the new bod so he could use it, comma, to thump her undead cheeks.
Gross.
To better serve her.
It's impressive because in one paragraph it's talking about thumping undead cheeks, and in the last paragraph he talks about how his daughter wants that book read to him that we sent him. She wants him to read her the Shadows Rising, and he says it's cute, but she doesn't understand it. G did nothing the whole expansion. He doesn't deserve to be in the book. You gotta raise him right. Don't let any G Firepaw slander get into her head. Keep him out of here.
No, it sounds like she, even at 4 years old, understands that G Firepaw does not deserve to be in this book.
I really hope he doesn't mention the blood tick when he reads it to his daughter. I'm a 26-year-old man, and I was still like, I don't like hearing about what that thing's doing.
Oh, and Miss Rue did not shy away from the details of what that tick was doing at any given moment, I'll tell you.
I'm gonna lose sleep on that fucking blood tick. I don't like it. It's basically a face sucker from Alien.
Well, okay,
Why?
so this is a side note. In Shadowlands, I mean, Bane did kill it. Do you think we're gonna see it?
Fuck. How do animals work? It's like, do animals go to heaven? Do animals go to the mall? Like, what happens?
We don't know this blood tick's neutrality. We don't know how he lived his life. He could be anywhere.
Oh my god, can you imagine if the blood tick joins the Kyrians and he's like, "Hello, adventurers. You have slayed me in life, but now I have ascended." No,
There's just
please.
a giant pair of golden wings, and you look down as they arc, and you see just this tiny blue thing. Yes, through my deeds of splorping on her shoulder, I have achieved angelhood.
Okay, well, you guys heard it here first. You can shortly expect, I'm going to say like maybe a movie where it's, quote, all blood ticks go to Bastion.
Fuck you. Hey, if we killed Muzi in High Mountain, which covenant would he join?
My belly, because I ate Muzi.
So the mall. Got him.
Who do you think is leading the House of the Blight over in Maldraxxus? It's Muzi.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Muzi was actually Daddy Denathris' right-hand man. He's just like, yeah, take the animal, Dad, take the animal.
Muzi was just off-screen when we watched this animatic. The scribe was to the right, but if you went slightly to the left, you just see a tiny Tauren child.
Still swaddled in a little basket over to the side.
We also got another mail from our boy Jeff. His name Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff?
Hi folks, I listened to your podcast for a few weeks now. I don't want to twist it. For a few weeks now, and you guys rock. Oh, thanks, Jeff. I have 2 max level tunes on Proudmoore that are looking for a new guild home going in the Shadowlands. And then his info about what he's done. And guess what? Mr. Jeff's now in the guild, which I think is our first official listener in the guild. Other than that other man who just joined the guild without asking us, and then he said, "Is this the podcast guild?" And then we were like, abort.
And then we never saw him again, so I don't know.
So while you may not be the first, Jeff, that honor does belong to a Brazilian hunter we knew a year ago. You're the first one who has our blessing.
Yeah, he went through official channels to do so. So I got a little worried though, because I have a test coming up for like a certification I've been studying for. So I was studying for it, and then I see that Jeff popped in the Discord, and I'm like, who's in this channel with them? And I was like, oh no, it's Kata, and it was Khan, and it was, I think, Pun, and Khan is like the classic old man potty mouth just like really inappropriate, hilarious jokes. And I was like, oh, well, this is a true test for Jeff here, because if he can handle Khan, he can handle anything.
Slidewhistle, I'm starting with you. What did you do this week in Warcraft? World of Warcraft.
Hey, so in Warcraft 2, fuck that. In the World of Warcraft, I've been just as busy as ever, fucking not stopping this train, unlike some other podcasts out there. But anywho, we the 3 of us, I speak for the 3. Get it instead of the trees. We were doing some Glory of the Legion hero out here.
Yeah, the 3 of us plus a friend of the pod.
Oh yeah, I forgot we gave him that name. He gave himself that name. We didn't assign it.
AKA Logan, but then also Cubby Bub joined us too.
Or should we call her Chubby Bub, which is what Logan, was calling her.
Yeah.
He was like, where's Chubby? Where's Chubby? I was like, oh no, it's Cubby, not Chubby.
Well, we heard him do that, and I was like, oh, but it was fine. Yeah, but it was like, Chubby, come over here. And we just kind of looked at each other like,
was the fact that he was looking at a Pandaren model?
I just love the idea. Hey, Chubby, come over here. It's so aggressive.
Pulling a real Joe Biden over there. Oh, listen up, fat.
But so we got Glory of Legion Hero. I've been eyeballing it, and I was like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Because some of the things require groups, and I was like, wait a minute, I know people we can group with, because I really want it to be Red Ursel, Neon Bear in Shadowlands. So bitch, I got it after some pain and trials of the fucking stupid Blackrook hold pages that you have to acquire. What a dumb achievement.
You used to scroll me on your spell tome.
It's fell tome, but you're very close. I'm impressed.
I almost got it.
Yeah, it just required us to there are 6 pages that can spawn in the stupid dungeon with Kurtalos in the Blackrook hold, and they're all throughout the map, and only one will spawn per instance run, and if you don't get the page you want, you have to run out, reset it, run back in, and it'd honestly be fine if I didn't have to wait for the RP of the dead night elves opening the stupid door after the first boss. I'm like, please open it faster. I've been here. I know what happens. I get it.
Yeah, but I feel like that was the only achievement that gave us trouble past the one night of it probably took us 4-ish hours to get all the other achievements out of the way, I'd say.
Yeah, we honestly lucked out on the other achievements because one of the other ones required us to have like a boss rotation in Violet Hold, where it's like you gotta have Rot Face and you gotta have Maleficent spawn, and you have to do this. And we were like, what the fuck? There's like 8 bosses in here that can spawn. And on our first go, luckily, Rot Face spawned, or was it Fester Face? One of the two spawned.
It is Fester Face.
Fester Face spawned, and Immune over here is like, oh, I already had this achievement, and I was like, okay, bitch.
No, for the record, I did not already have the achievement. I had just previously killed Mana Storm, but not Festerface. So when we killed Festerface, I got the achievement.
And then we were sitting here like, well, we have to wait another reset or 2 or 3 or 4 for Miss Maleficent Mana Storm, where you have to put on like the costume of Millhouse and make her mad, and she zaps you. And we're like, that's never gonna fucking happen. And luckily for us, this bitch spawned. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so it went as swiftly as possible as it could have for our group, really.
I would say most of the achievements were fairly accessible. The only one that caused drama, and I don't know if as a group, but at this home, was the snail imprinting one.
Yeah, that one did cause a little bit of drama, and we did have to, for the first achievement out of any of them, reset the instance, because there was one stealth snail in Neltharion's lair that we ended up killing, and it didn't give credit for all of us. It only gave credit for some of us for some reason. I don't know. And I honestly think it might have been a dungeon bug.
It seemed to be a corruption bug. My stupid streaking stars, or whatever the one is where like a star will fall, it seemingly somehow shot literally like, how do I measure this? It was like 400 feet away. It was so far. I just watched like a very small star go dink and knock the snail off the cavern, and I could barely even see the snail to begin with. I'm like, what? I pulled it, and I guess since I technically pulled it with an attack, only me and got credit for it, because we were like, rock smash, because we had to smash a rock over it and put it in our little rock tome.
I was mostly thinking about the first one. Cubby Bub used a chain to pull herself up right at the same time as someone rock smashed the first one. We were all like, she killed it. And I looked at her and I was like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the snail. Why'd you kill it? And she was like, I didn't kill it. And it was a tense moment here, but we found out it was just a matter of timing, and I did get the kill. But it was we were like 4 beers in each. It was a tense moment of like,
yeah, because like that was our first time using this tome, and like, personally in my mind, I was like, oh, this is a nice little tome. It'll be like all of us like taking notes when we're just observing this really cute snail, right? But no, it literally involved you taking this rock slab and smashing the snail to get its guts on it, and that's the imprint that it wanted. And I was like, oh my god. So like that was why it died, and none of us realized that at that point.
Which also is you truly realize how cruel the achievement is. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do I gotta kill it? I love these snails. But yeah, so we did that. It was fun, just something to do in this downtime of, waiting for Shadowlands to come out. I've been out there grinding my ass in Nazjatar. My followers are getting closer and closer to all being level 30. Currently, my first guy's at 30. My second guy is I think he's at 19, so I'm about to get a second reward, right? Is that how that works? You get at 20?
They're at 20.
I'm trying to remember this correctly. I got the Nazjatar follower way back when he hit 30 or 20, he gave me a toy. Aaron, what did your follower give you? Do you remember?
A pet. He gave me a snail.
Yeah, and mine gave me a mount, because I think all of us chose different ones at first.
How fucking unfair. Okay, so I think I'm next in line for Aaron's pet, which is like, whatever. I want the mount, but it's just been a slow process. I finished off my puzzle performer one. I've been waiting for an easy green rune world quest to spawn. Pop that one out. Been doing Legion. I haven't gotten any mounts from Paragon bags still. I need 1 elephant still from the stupid Army of the Light, and the rest just have been nothing. Which, it reminds me of something that happened that I'm pissed about, Aaron. But I'm sure you can talk about that later. And then I've been doing a lot of PvP. A lot a lot of PvP. I have approximately farmed maybe like 100 marks of honor, which I feel like I've never have had that many marks of honor at once. But what I've been doing is, because I want to get my honor level to 80 so I can get like the nightmare forms for my cat and my bear form. And I log into 3 different characters and I just win one battleground on each of them. And then I just like, because, remember, honor's account wide now, so it all builds together. And I just have so many fucking marks of honor. I keep buying full ass tier sets from vendors, and then I'm like, I have more left over. This is crazy.
That's weird because I've honestly never thought about farming honor by using alts, because even though in the back of my mind I've always known that honor is account wide, I've never thought to do that for some reason.
Right. I didn't think of it either until I Googled how to farm honor, and someone's like, just log on every character and get your first one of the day. And I was like, oh, I have fucking 11 alts. I can fucking do that. Like, what the hell? That's what I've been doing. And it's been, I don't know, man. Some of these, I am actually really excited for corruption to go away, because then I feel like it'll be more of an even playing field. Like, my druid just cannot keep up because people are stacking versatility corruptions in these fucking PvP things, and their cape's maxed out, and her low cape's like, what, 20 resistance? So I'm just getting murked by fucking big-ass beams of corruption death shit.
And then you're like, I can put on one piece.
Right? Or maybe 2. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you, Aaron? What has your week in WoW been like?
Honestly, my week in WoW has been a slower one, with the completion of my goal of getting all the heritage armors. I logged on and stayed on Growlina for like the first time in a month and a half, and it feels really weird. She doesn't really have to achieve as much. I finished Glory of the Legion Hero in a very short amount of time. Every time I ran Blackrock Hold, I got a new piece of paper.
So how many runs did it take you then? Like just 6?
Yeah. And
wait, what? So it was literally just 6 runs. 6 runs flat.
Yes, and I heard you guys doing it, and Cubby Bub's doing it, and she is not as lucky, and I'm like, I wish I could give this to other people.
Oh my! I thought you were being facetious when you said it was just 6. I thought maybe it was like 9 or 10. I didn't know it was straight up a new piece every single time. The odds of that are so fucking tiny, you bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was literally like close to 60 runs.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just the golden boy. They just wanted me to have that bird that I won't use in Shadowlands.
Right, because you're going to be on all fours crawling around.
But that's really it. I mean, I got something that'll come up later, but that's really all I did. I just kind of sat around, and now my main thing. Oh, I got exalted with Rajani and Uldum Accord, but like they've said, it doesn't really get you anything other than a vulture.
Isn't that weird? Like, I feel like that there should be more rewards at the end of that are like more meaningful with the cosmetic stuff. Like, it's like, oh, here's a recipe. It's like, well, great. Like, it's fucking September. Like, I don't want recipes.
Yeah, and as we said previously, like, there's not any like cool toys or mounts in the Paragon bag, so it's like I don't have any reason to farm these really.
And so now my main thing is I'm just going and trying to get my little bug. I named it Yoggle Spoggle because that means fluffy. I was just like, well, that's the one Easter egg they gave us. Might as well do it. But
yeah,
that's really
literally
it.
all.
So I log in at like 11:15 a.m., run that one quest, and I'm like, well, shit, what am I doing with the rest of my day?
Farm that transmog. That's what you got to do.
That's what I was doing. I ran through Hellfire Citadel. I completed it for the first time in my life.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at you. Did you, you know what you should do? You should look up the mage tier set for, I think it's Antorus. For Mythic Antorus, you're gonna want that shit. Like, big golden fucking shoulders and a big golden headpiece that actually might work for a Worgen big-ass head.
I'll have to look it up. But until I do, it's me now. Immunization, what did you do this week in WoW?
I was also pretty busy this week in WoW. I've mainly been like trying to like get a bunch of achievements for various things. So I've been like, casually chopping off bits and pieces of Mechadon and the Nazjatar meta achievements. I've made pretty good progress on both of them. I'm to the point in Nazjatar now where I only need the followers up to 30 and the weekly kills in the lab. And I'm only like 4 out of 13 on the lab, so I'm like going to be that person that still has to go back once a week in the middle of Shadowlands just to keep killing those elemental bitches, but whatever. Yeah, and then in Mechagon, I got almost all of my music pieces. I have all the colors, killed all my rares, as I said last week. I really just need good RNG this week on killing some of the bosses to finish up those. And then also, there's an achievement that's tied to like this random Pandaren that supposedly spawns every once in a while to get like the Black Auction House blueprint. And I don't think I've seen him since I've been looking for him, and I've been looking for a few weeks now, so I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, I remember the Black Market Auction House the quest spawning very weirdly for me. Like, all of a sudden he wouldn't be there, and then like 8 weeks later, he'd be there like 5 days in a row, and it was like bam, 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 bam. Aaron's like, what's that?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know her. I've never met the man. As soon as I got exalted in Mechagon, I have never, or only once, gone back.
Yeah, I mean, only because it's like this is this time at the end of the expansion. I'm like, I might as well just try to go for this like wheel mount, and then I realized exactly how much work that meant and how much RNG went into it, and I kind of regretted it. But I'm already like decently close, so I'm like, I might as well just chug all the way through. But other than that, for some reason, I never finished my Suramar Insurrection storyline. So I got that achievement as well. I don't know how I got away with never finishing that. I mean, I know I hated
Literally,
Suramar, but
I don't think anyone actually finished it. Haven't all three of us had to go back later and do it?
So I actually finished Insurrection. I just never finished the Suramar questline to get my artifact appearance. So I did the opposite for some reason.
Yeah, no, because I finished the storyline that Slide's talking about, and I got my like appearance for my artifact, but I just never finished the ones that led into the Insurrection. So I don't know how that worked out, because like the end of Insurrection is like, go kill Gul'dan in the Nighthold. I'm like, wait, how did I literally never finish the storyline leading up to this raid tier? But other than that, I've also been like hunting toys. And also like farming old raids. I got like Glory of the Kata Raider, Glory of the Classic Raider, which like I guess there were like for some reason some raids and dungeons that I just never did. And I don't know how I got away with that either, because I was like, playing for a while. I feel like I would have at least done all of them once, but I guess not.
I just did the Kata era one where you fight Cho'Gall like last week. I was like, why have I never been here?
There's so many raids to go to that we have also been going to raids. We were clearing out some old like BC achievements, and there's like 3 raids that we never have seen before, like the Steam Vault, or is that a dungeon?
The one with the big half circular ring you have to walk on.
It's one of the Naga ones where I think is it in Zangarmarsh in Outland, and you have to like dive down into the middle of the water to go under, and there's like 5 dungeons and raids under there.
Yeah, we had never been there until like 5 days ago. I was like, what? Where am I? What is this place?
Yeah, because like we've obviously been to like the ones that are in the time walking rotation, so we've been to the slave pens a million times, but we've never been to some of these other ones that for some reason aren't included in the rotation. But yeah, my last big thing I did this week was I finished my 5 mask of Stormwind Horrific Vision as a holy priest. So it can be done, y'all. I'm like coming in hot. That literal last week I could probably have time to do this. And I'm glad they didn't like announce that pre-patch is like next week or anything, because that means that next week I can do Orgrimmar and then be done with my Faceless 1/1 achievement. I'm like cutting it way too close here, but I acknowledge that, and I'm like procrastinator number one in the world in most aspects of my life, so this is very on brand.
I saw you do that live, and I said, wow, that's awesome. Maybe I have enough power to do it. And then I tried, and I got whooped. And I said, just kidding, going back in my box.
I won't lie, it was hard and it tilted me. I very, very rarely get mad at video games, but Slide can attest to this. When I failed my run at the Stormwind Vision, when I made it to Illyria on 5 masks and I got her down to 20% and then I died, I lost it. I was so mad. I'm I need to go sit over in the corner and just relax for a minute, watch some TikToks and recollect myself for an hour. I was so distraught.
I was just doing my battlegrounds, and I'm why? He literally, a fucking volcano, exploded, and I was I'm just trying to kill Horde for my honor. Let me turn around. What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, but then on my next run, after I collected myself, I made it. But I had to pull out all the tricks. I'm okay, I bought this food specifically for it. I bought drums so I could hero in there. I had flasked up. I runed up. I had I pre-potted and potted during every pull. I mean and I guess it kind of helped too because of the change they made when you do it as a healer class. They make things weaker and lower health to scale to you.
But when your only attack is smite, it's still not easy, right? Isn't? And you have no fucking interrupt. So what do you?
Yeah, no, it was hard. So the no interrupt thing really bit me because on the mage quarters where he polymorphs you, and then also in the final fight against Illyria where she polymorphs you, I couldn't do anything about that, and that's what really triggered me so much during my failed attempt. I'm I literally can't stop this, and then so she would polymorph me, and then while I was polymorphed, I got hit by all of her abilities, so I would drained from 100 sanity down to 0 almost instantly, and it was I don't know what to do about this.
Yeah, whenever I piss Illyria and she's polymorph, I'm interrupt, but then she does 8 other abilities that also aren't interruptible. So I'm what do I fucking do? So I guess I understand why you're so mad, because a part of it is you literally just can't do anything. You have to plan to just eat it. Fuck that. I hate the polymorphs.
At her whim.
Yeah, so then my strategy adapted, and I was okay, when I see she's gonna polymorph, I need to run away from everything and go hide over there, and yeah, so that worked. So next week, Orgrimmar, hopefully I get it done. Then I just eke out barely, because I feel it might be the last rotation, right?
I mean, I'm sitting here waiting, and I'm they have to announce something soon. It seems like the historical thing is we get 2 weeks of clearance. So if this is gonna come out by the end of the month, they gotta clear it now, unless it's gonna come out October 6th, which feels too late to me, honestly. But I mean, for you, that's probably good, right?
Yeah, give me a little more time here.
I'm personally ready. So whenever they want a pre-patch, I'm here for it.
As soon as I get Orgrimmar, same.
Okay, I have to do it. I've been thinking about this sexy man all show. I need to call Daddy Denathrius this week's sexiest NPC of the week.
I've been edging for so long.
Oh, that is the Venthyr way.
We thought we made it out of Toontown, but we're back, Yugi boy.
Take me to Pound Town, Daddy Denathrius. Let's fucking go.
I just want to grab onto his 2 big horns and just take a ride. You feel me?
Oh, I feel you, and I also feel Daddy Denathrius, because his pecs are just out front. As you said earlier, he is thirst trapping us right off the bat. Before the expansion's even out, he's bam, here I am.
And if you hook up with Daddy Denathrius, he's gonna fucking hook you up with that anima. He's gonna fucking be drink, bitch.
I want him to give me an anima facial, just that sticky red stuff all over.
I can't wait for my enema daddy.
Fill me with your vile bile. This
Fill
is
me
not an
up,
explicit
Daddy.
show, by the way.
Yeah, Ro, where the fuck's our explicit tag on realm maintenance?
Yeah, no, like for a while now, I've been bringing it up to these boys. Like on the realm maintenance page, they have explicit tags. Some of these other podcasts have them. We don't. I feel like we're one of the more explicit ones. Literally, we talk about how we want to bone down on these NPCs every fucking week.
Ro,
Hey, be
Ro,
careful.
hey, look at me in your phone. I want Lord Denathrius to fill me with his demon goo until I burst.
Daddy Denastrius. You know, it's gonna be sad when we kill this guy because he's so fucking sexy, unadulterated sex walking around here.
Well, I mean, for good news' sake, I feel like we will probably be killing him or visiting him every week for many, many weeks during the beginning of the expansion. Because also, like, to take us out of here for a second, like, the raid is coming out like 2 weeks after Shadowlands starts, so we'll see him really soon.
Okay, yeah. So that was mentioned during raid, and I was like, "What are these idiots talking about? Like, that's not gonna fucking happen. Like, they're so fucking wrong." And I was like, "Wait, it's true? What? How? That's ridiculously soon to see my daddy, Denathrius."
Yeah, so like I couldn't wait anyway, so bring him on, Daddy. Come on over.
Now, this may be a little bit shallow, but if I become Daddy Denathrius's main squeeze, does that legally make me Prince Renathal's father?
Whoa. Wait. Who's Prince Renethal?
Prince
who dat?
Renathal is his legal son.
What? He has a
and
son?
He has a son who leads the insurrection. You are fighting his son during the Venthyr storyline.
Is he hot? Why aren't we sipping for the son who's more our age than the fucking old than daddy?
Because why get the milk when you can have the cow? Am I right, fellas?
Well,
I mean, and like we can have both. We can have it all. Like we'll also probably name his son Sexiest NPC like a few weeks from now. It's fine. We can fuck them both, all of them. Come on, let's go.
that milky white, silvery flavor saver? Of course we are.
Milky Cocoa Puffs. Hey, is Garrosh basically being used as a cow and they're milking him for the fucking anima, right? Garrosh is a cow. Cowish hell's cow.
He said, "Bitch, I'm a cow."
No. He didn't say bitch. He said, smart mouth, I'm a cow. Because, did you hear about that, Aaron? They changed his line from, like, Kata.
Oh, wait, what happened?
Oh, I thought we were doing Doja Cat references there for a sec.
Well,
no,
I
but
did.
so he
I
was,
did, but
he
wait,
was.
he doesn't call Sylvanas a bitch anymore.
No, it was a huge. Honestly, this news is like a little bit old, so like we're not gonna go into it too much. But we haven't given our thoughts on it. So somebody, like a developer, was playing WoW with their kid, and their kid was like doing that quest line, and he said, "Sylvanas, shut your mouth, bitch." And the kid was like, "Oh, that was weird. That didn't really feel in place with WoW." Which, to be fair,
it always did strike me as weird.
When we heard it, we were like, whoa, I feel like nobody has really talked like that before. Not that I'm saying that, like, Garrosh needs to be censored. I just felt like nobody else in WoW had really used words like that before.
Is that the real reason why he was brought to Revendreth?
Yeah.
Garrosh Hellscream, you said a swear.
One of the 7 words we swore not to say on Azeroth.
You typed in all caps in the chat.
Bad. But now quickly it's been changed to shut your clever mouth, Sylvanas. Which, I mean, like, honestly, they had time, right? Why would they go with shut your clever mouth? That was lame.
Should have been shut your bitch mouth, bitch.
Or like, I don't know, like, make fun of her being undead, like shut your rotting mouth, or put that rotting tongue back in your maw. I don't know, something, whatever. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, that happened. But back to Daddy Denathrius.
So I have a few things to say about Daddy Denathrius, and if he's the commander of the Stoneborn, Do you think that's just him coming out to say that his dick is called Stoneborn? Because that's kind of hot.
He can get real hard, baby. I want to sit on his horns.
Okay. I mean, if he's the first-blooded, once he ejaculates into us, are we second-blooded?
Man, we are really going for that explicit tag, aren't we? We are gunning.
Just to let everyone remember, we are not an explicit show. Put this in front of your kids.
No,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Vanderlyle, hide the children.
So, like, actually, Ro, slap us with that E. Come on. Like, we deserve to be explicit tagged.
It's funny that we could just, like, message him and have this done immediately, but we're going to take the long route and make him listen to our podcast, which, why would he? He has so many other podcasts to listen to.
At this point, it's more of just a joke, honestly.
But Zaddy Denathrius, your award is coming with me. I'm about to go drown it in a lake so it can die with me, and we can award it to you in the throne room.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. And now it's time for our top toot, medium moot, bottom boot, where we talk about, because I feel like we honestly kind of just say these words, but we don't say what they mean. Basically, it's our tops, mediums, and or bottoms of the week. That's really all the description you need, I guess.
Yeah, a good thing that happened, a bad thing that happened, or just a thing that happened. Medium moot is really our get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I guess the context is nice to listeners, but whatever. How about I start this week? Okay, I can start. All right, sounds good. Okay, here I go. I have a top toot of this week. Toot toot. And my top two is finally, fucking finally, I am mecha done. Oh my fucking god.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I finished the stupid fucking achievement. My last one, if you remember, has been getting Triumph of Gnomergon, which is a stupid little vinyl you can put into your Mechanome bar, and the bartender will play you one of 6 songs, and this is one of 6 songs that has probably the lowest % chance to drop of anything else in Mechagon. And what's honestly, it's still a top 2, it's not a bottom boot, but the most infuriating part about this whole process is that my main source of getting this last vinyl has been killing Steel Singer Frieza, who is... What is Steel Singer Frieza? She's like a harpy, but she has like a naga tail. So what is her species? Like, sirens.
She's a siren, yeah. She's like the one that hypnotized Flynn when you're questing through,
Tears guard down.
There you go.
Joke's on her, he's dating a man now. But so anyway, and so Steel Singer Frieza is supposed to drop this fucking thing at a 0.4% chance, the same chance of Ashes of Alar, which I got, by the way, a long time ago before Immune. And she still, to this day, never dropped it. The way that I got this fucking triumph was by doing hard mode on the Reclamation rig, and the hard mode blessed me with this stupid fucking vinyl. I have done hard mode on this character, I would say maybe like 1/8 of the times I have killed Steel Singer Frieza. I must have been legitimately at like 50 kills of Steel Singer and 50 kills of normal Rec Rig mode. Nothing. What, Blizzard? You gotta, Ian, baby Hazukosis, please buff it just a little percentage, because I got boys out there who are suffering. We became like this little community of like, hey, what's up? Hey, Wrath. Hey, what's up? Al, you guys get the fucking vinyl yet? No, did you get it? No, did you get it? And like, I would see them every fucking day. The same people. We were camping the same shit. And now I have to leave them behind to camp their own shit. And it's not going to drop forward. It's kind of sad.
I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's honestly idiotic that a meta achievement requires a drop rate that is like as low as some of the rarest mounts in the game. Like, sure, like you get 7 shots in a week as opposed to 1 shot in a week, but that still just feels so bad.
And it's technically not an odds increaser. I mean, it is, but like, not really, not on paper. But I got my wheelie mount. I love this thing. Definitely going to be in my top 5 mounts to ride around Shadowlands. especially if I join the Night Fae. I'm gonna have this exhaust spilling wheelie mount
You're
from
gonna be
South
trampling
Park.
over all of their flowers. Master, no! Wild seed, why? And then you turn around and you're like, oh, this is better than the airport.
I could swear, maybe I had like dreams and or nightmares about this, but I thought that mount was a flying mount. But it makes sense that it's not, because like the one from Nazjatar is also a land mount, but I could swear that the wheel flew. It must have been a dream that I had, but like it's only a land mount, which is fine. Like I'm gonna use it soon, but
I mean, maybe your premonition will come like to fruition someday. Just like how one time I just had a throwaway comment about a ghost moose being flying, and then it was.
We'll dream about this mount flying, so I can have it flying.
I don't have this mount yet, and I probably won't anytime soon, so not yet.
Whatever. All right. What about you, Immune? What's your TTBBMM?
Well, I feel like I gotta throw my top toot to 5 Masking Stormwind as a Holy Priest, and I feel like it's probably really rare that somebody has done that, because it's weird and it's not what you expected, and Slide was like, do it as Shadow, or like I originally tried to do it as like my Hunter as BM, but then I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I like level as Holy Priest, which people say that it's awful enough to even just level as Holy Priest. I might as well just commit to the bit fully and do this as that too, and I did, and it was rewarding, if not very frustrating, but yeah, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, you fucking did it. I am a little worried about your sanity when it comes to doing Ogremar, since you were telling me that Ogremar is harder for healers than Stormwind, which for me is bizarre, because for as a DPS, Ogremar is... I could do that with my eyes closed. Stormwind is like
infinitely easier.
So I'm curious, like, do you know what about it makes Org harder for healers? Or is it, like, more interruptible stuff?
So, okay, so I attempted to do Ogremar, like, 4 hours before the reset, because, like, in my ideal world, I would have, like, just finished Ogremar, and then a few hours later, finished Stormwind. Like, I ended up finishing Stormwind, but I didn't quite make it before reset for Ogremar, and I made it... I killed all the bosses besides Rexar, and Rexar just stomped me. Like, his boar pets do so much sanity, and like, as I said previously, I don't really have interrupts. Like, I just have like the one fear as like my scream, and that's about it. And they just do so much sanity damage. I think that might be the part that really fucks with the healers, maybe.
That makes sense. I mean, I know there are quite a bit of NPCs in Ogremar that you have to interrupt. But granted, I don't really know what they do at the end of their cast. As the Death Knight, I either pull them, or I interrupt them, or I use my choke on them to stop them. So I don't really ever see it. So for you, I'm using 3 interrupts, like sometimes per pull. And so I'm like, what the fuck do you do? Like, fear into a mind control, I guess?
Like, can some of these things even be mind controlled though?
Well, all the little mobs can. You can't mind control a boss, but I'm pretty sure you can probably mind control. Oh, but like, I guess if it's like a elephant Kool-Aid punch man, what are they called? Faceless ones. You can't control those, right? Only humanoids.
I appreciate elephant Kool-Aid man. I'm sorry, elephant Kool-Aid punch.
Well, because like that's what they are, right? They do the purple Kool-Aid grape punch, and they have
that is
little
fair.
elephant faces.
You know what? I'm sitting here, egg on my face. All 3 of those descriptors are accurate.
Yeah, so at the top 2 for now, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to Ogremar, but I will say the times that I've got really close right before reset, I didn't use all of the things that I used to defeat Stormwind. So like, I don't think I had drums, so like, I might be able to struggle my way through it come next reset, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
But Aaron, what do you got this week for a top 2, bottom boot, or medium boot?
This week I have a top toot, and that
Toot.
toot is that I accidentally got the Valajar Stormwing, which is the dragon mount that you see when you're going through Stormheim in Legion. And we were doing achievements for Glory of the Legion hero, and I saw that I had a Paragon bag, so I'm like, well, I'm going to stop by as we fly to Maw of Souls. And as I did, I opened up my bag, and there it was.
Fucking the one mount that I want, and you got it. Which means that I'm going to get it next. So that's honestly a good
Hold on.
omen.
I have to... Cubby Bub also has an announcement.
I got my mount.
She got her mount.
Wait. Which mount?
Oh, did she get all of her fel tomes?
Yes, she's in here jiving and singing. She got all of her pages. So she's got
Please
her
ask
purple bird.
her how many runs did she have to do to get all the pages? Like, estimated.
20.
And
21.
here's Aaron with fucking 6. The only person on Earth to get it in all 6. I can't believe it. You gotta post a wowhead comment. Be like, I got it in 6. And people will hate you. And it'll be
and
great.
just tell everyone to vote it to the top. No, I told her, and she looked at me with such sincerity and said, fuck you. But yes, I got the Valadyar dragon. He's really cool. I haven't seen him since. I put him on favorites, and he hasn't shown up. But I'm like, he's there, and that's my tippity top toot.
Toot.
All right, well, we've gone quite a bit over this week. A lot to talk about. If you guys have any questions, comments, complaints, if you're looking for a guild to call home, but you're not set on raiding right away, because, boy, let me tell you, we got a full-ass fucking raid team, which never happens. You can email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on the Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internets?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter, and you can follow our literary musings at livejournal.donotrelent.com.
With that, we're out of here. The ripcord is dead, so fucking get over it. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.